Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
1.5 seconds to go, and it's going to happen. It is going to happen again. Jenkins is ready. The inbound comes, overshoots everyone, scooped up by Roberts, and that'll do it. The Knights have slain the Dragon for the second time in NCAA tournament history. A 16 has beaten a 1, and the FDU Knights are that 16, knocking off number 1 in the East, Purdue, 63-58.
Hellibuck, front court to Ferofinish. Oh, he's going to shoot a 3. The conscience of a burglar. It's good, 66-62. Northern Iowa with a 4-point lead and 26 seconds remaining in the game. And someone tell me where Ali Ferofinish found the nerve to shoot that 3.
Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
6.9 to go. In it comes to Ethan Morton. He's going to dribble this one out. And the second verse is the same as the first. UConn repeats as national champions. The third team to repeat in the last 50 years. 75-60 the final. The Huskies back-to-back national champions.
Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
Here's the next free throw. Back rim, no good. Rebound, Denham Brown. Here comes Brown, dribble right across the line. Left side, launches. Back rim, no good. And in one of the unlikeliest upsets in the history of college basketball, George Mason, a team no one thought would even be in the tournament, has knocked out the #1 team, Connecticut, to go to the Final Four. This is one for the ages.
As the final seconds tick off, the UConn quest for perfection is complete. 39-0, unbeaten for the third time. And it's championship number 6 for the Huskies.
Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
We're down to 3, we're down to 2, we're down to 1. That's it. We've said it before and we'll say it again. The Gators are national champions for the second consecutive season. The University of Florida has won the national championship in college basketball, just the second team to repeat in the last 34 years.
Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
Bounces it into Jerome. The clock's going to run out. The ultimate upset has happened. A 16 has beaten a 1. UMBC knocks off Virginia 74-54. The madness has hit its peak as a 16 defeats a 1 for the first time in NCAA history.
It will be Grant Hill to make the pass. They're not going to guard Hill making the inbounds pass. Here's a high looper. There's Leitner. He turns, he shoots. It is good! Christian Leitner hits a turnaround 17-footer at the buzzer, and the Duke Blue Devils head to Minneapolis. My, oh my, oh my.
Thanks for tuning in to NCAA March Madness on Westwood One. I'm Ryan Radke. We're currently between games in our coverage, but don't worry, we'll be back shortly with live play-by-play. In the meantime, please enjoy these classic March Madness moments.
Jenkins will trigger. 4.5 seconds to go. Inbound to Ryan Arcidiacono at half court with 3 seconds. Ryan Arcidiacono flips to Jenkins. 3 for the win. It's good! Jenkins hits the 3 to win the national championship.
This one back to the rim, no good. Rebound batted coming this way. It's saved by Richard. Inbounds to Condon. Florida basketball. Condon dribbling left into the paint. Spins right. Got off balance. Reese reached in. Took the ball away, and he's fouled. Condon came into the body of Reese, and Juju Reese just reached in and snatched it right out of his hands.
They almost turned the ball over early in that possession. Florida was able to regain it. That's our first offensive rebound. It goes to the Gators, but they turn it over. Again, very, very early, but watch the turnover totals.
Foul will go against Condon, his first. Maryland basketball trailing 3-2. Here's Rice dribbling right off a Reese screen, bounce it back to him, threw it away, and Reese can't save it. It's off him and out of bounds. Tried that little hook pass. It went by Reese. He went diving on the floor, but couldn't collect it. And the Terps give it right back to the Gators.
Yeah, back-to-back turnovers. He just didn't bounce it high enough. Juju Reese, it was down by his shins. He couldn't come up with it.
Here's Richard to Chinyulu over on the right side, just inside the arc. Up top to Condon. Lost the basketball into the hands of Mark. Holds down on his waist, looks to his left, looks to his right, puts it on the deck, dribbles over on the right side. Up top it goes to Condon. The Aussie will shoot the 3 from there. That's off to the right side of the rim, no good. Chinyulu an offensive rebound, takes a dribble, gets the bucket, lays it up and out. Condon there follows it in with a 2-hand slam, and it's 5-2 Florida.
Second offensive rebound, Florida doing what they do best.
Here's Queen with it on the left, dribbling right into the paint. Martin reached in, slacked it away. Ball loose on the baseline, picked up by Condon. Off to Elijah Martin. Gators run in transition. They've got the ball up by 3, handed off Clayton high on the right side. Clayton dribbling left up to the top of the key, turns the corner, drives down the paint, floats it up for Condon, makes the catch in traffic, gets tied up, and a held ball. Alternating possession favors the Terps. That was Gillespie, your guy, who you really like, the Maryland point guard, digging in there on the help and earning the Terps a possession.
Both teams just attacking the ball and stripping each other, creating turnovers. Derek Queen, we saw that in the last play of the game, loves to dribble the ball, but everybody knows that, so they're going to attack him when he puts the ball on the floor.
Gillespie across the timeline, toss it out to Selton Miguel over on the left side. Rodney Rice curls inside the arc, rises for a 19-footer, too strong off the rim. Chinyulu is there and grabs up the Florida rebound. He'll give it up to Clayton. Here comes Florida. Clayton up the right side of the floor, dribbles up to the top of the key. Bounce pass down inside to Condon around his ankles. It's knocked loose. Ball still loose on the floor. Picked up by Rice for Maryland.
Sloppy, both teams.
Rodney Rice makes the pass right side to Gillespie. It's deflected by Clayton and out of bounds. Boy, Florida thought maybe there was a double touch, but Mike Reed, the official, was right there. It'll be Maryland ball on the far sideline in front of the Gator bench with 16:50 to go first half. 5-2 Florida.
Defense dominating. You would have to think both teams a little tight. Round of 16 is awful special.
Selton Miguel will toss it into Gillespie up the right side. Reese sets a screen. Gillespie dribbling right, bounce it back to Reese in the paint, rises up for an 8-footer and drops it in. So the first bucket for Julian Reese. It's a 5-4 Florida lead with 16:38 to go in the first.
Maryland, an excellent pick and roll team.
Clayton will bring it across the timeline. Goes to a left-hand dribble, get it to Condon at the free throw line, takes one dribble into the paint and just floats it up and in. They left Condon all alone. He's got 4, and it's 7-4 Gators.
Blown coverage. He was all by himself right in the restricted area.
Gillespie up top to Queen. Pump fake to 3. Queen will toss it over to Rice on the right side beyond the three-point line. Drop it down to Reese on the baseline. 15 feet away. Trying to back his way against Condon. Spins baseline. Gets around it. Lays it up and in. Nice move by Juju Reese inside. He's got 4, and it's 7-6 Florida. 16:02 to go in the first.
Big-time move on the right baseline. He brought it back with his back to the basket and spun into the other side.
Clayton to Condon above the right elbow. Leave it for Richard on the wing. Jumps the 3. Too strong off the rim. Condon tips the rebound, but a foul is going to go against Rodney Rice. He was trying to block out Condon. Rice gets called for the hold. That's his first team foul against Maryland, and it will bring us to a timeout.
Topic number 1 in the Maryland huddle is going to be defensive rebounding. Florida all over the offensive glass.
15 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the first half. It's a 7-6 Florida lead from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad,
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines,
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine.
But those pills are making me real popular at school.
My brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse. So stop. There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
there are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com empowers you to score big on your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Slam dunk with Monster.com today. Now, Florida SEC tournament champions. They dispatched of Norfolk State in the first round and survived UConn in the second round to get here. Maryland, meanwhile, second in the Big Ten. They blew out Grand Canyon in the first round, and then the buzzer beater against Colorado State, sending them here to San Francisco. Right now, one of your big keys, Maryland has got to find a way to combat Florida on the glass. The Gators winning on the glass.
They're dominating on the glass. It's 5-1 total rebounds, 3-0 offensive rebounds.
Florida ball out of the timeout, and Derek Queen is going to get called for a hold. Thomas Houck just checked in, and Queen just kind of reached in and grabbed a hold of Houck's wrist as he was moving back to receive the inbound pass. That'll be the first foul against Derek Queen. He is quickly going to head to the bench. Jordan Geronimo is in for Maryland.
Florida right away has come with their other set of bigs. They play 4 different bigs, and their hope is they can wear down Queen and Reese.
Denzel Aberdeen in for the first time. He dribbles to the free throw line, jump stop inside the foul line. 12-footer is up and in for Aberdeen. Denzel Aberdeen right off the bench into the bucket to give the Gators a 9-6 lead. Here's Gillespie into the front court. He'll hand it off for Rice. Rice puts it on the deck. Dribbles between the circles, get it to Julian Reese. Reese will hand it off to Jacoby Gillespie. Dribbles left into the paint, down the lane, floats it up off the right side of the rim, no good. Reese collects the rebound, lays it up, in and one. So Julian Reese getting on the offensive glass, able to score. He's got a chance for a three-point play.
There are so many similarities between these two teams, Ryan. Their shot selection is excellent. They both shoot threes. Florida shoots more. Maryland shoots a better percentage. Exceptional big rebounding.
Foul was on Micah Handlogton, the 7'1 junior, transfer from Marshall. Reese to the free throw line, and his free throw rattles in. So Juju Reese was 7 in the game early. And we've got a 9-9 game with 15-15 to go here in the first half. Houck across the timeline. Out to Aberdeen, high on the left side. He'll get it to Clayton out near midcourt between the circles. Clayton holds the basketball, makes the pass over on the right side to Richard. Back up top, it goes to Clayton. Dribbling over on the left, gets inside the arc. Stop and pop a 15-footer left to the lane. Bangs off the rim, no good. Reese is there for the rebound. Off to Jacoby Gillespie. Terps will push it ahead. Gillespie up the right side, looked into Geronimo, who's fronted, instead goes top to Reese. He'll swing it over to Miguel, high on the left, beyond the three-point arc. Dribbles right around to Reese, screen, matched up against Handlogton. Drops it down to Reese, left of the lane. He's got Houck on him. Reese dribbles into the paint, fakes baseline, turns middle, goes back to the baseline, then throws a wild pass. It's run down by Deshaun Harris-Smith with 5 to shoot. Out it goes to Gillespie, dribbling right side. Gillespie picks up his dribble, skip it to Miguel. Dribbles right, gets to the foul line, didn't get the shot off, and that's a shot clock violation.
It was very good defense, but it was poor clock recognition by Selton Miguel. He had plenty of time to get the shot off. He just didn't realize, not by accident, that was the basket to our left, away from the Maryland bench. When you can't communicate with your team, you're more apt to get those shot clock violations.
Rodney Rice back in. Jacoby Gillespie will sit. I thought Juju Reese had a great chance to score in the paint and instead gave it up.
He did. I also thought he got away with a travel before he threw that crazy pass.
Hauk will dribble off the right elbow. Get it out to Clayton right side. He'll fire a three from there. Oh, it's good. Walter Clayton fading right. It doesn't matter. He stripes the triple and makes it 12-9 Florida.
Maryland wants to get into Walter Clayton. They want him to dribble. Even if they give up some twos, they don't want him shooting those threes comfortably.
Harris Smith across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Kevin Willard going to his bench early. He told us he would probably play his bench a little bit more. Pass goes over to Rice, left side beyond the three-point line, and he throws it away to Handlocked in the paint. He'll bounce it ahead to Aberdeen. Aberdeen on the left side. Stop. Pump fakes the three. Right side, Hauk. Out front it goes to Clayton. Hauk will set the screen. Clayton dribbling right. Geronimo jumps out on the help. Clayton steps right, fires a three, short off the rim. And the baseline rebound taken down by Selton Miguel for the Terps.
That time they made him dribble the ball before he shot it.
Miguel driving right into the paint. Puts it up off the glass. No, but a foul. And Miguel is going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. Boy, he just came flying in and got his body into the defender in the paint. And he earns himself a trip to the line. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Both teams have had success already when they put the ball on the floor. They've been able to get into the paint or much closer than outside. Neither team wants to see their opponent shooting three-point shots with their feet set. Rodney Rice or Selton Miguel misses the first free throw.
Missed it off the right side of the rim. Foul against Will Richard, his first. Clayton will get a breather as Elijah Martin checks back in. Selton Miguel is a 78% free throw shooter. Second free throw on the way. That one back to the rim. No, so we missed both, and Martin has the Florida rebound. 12-9 Gator lead. Here's Aberdeen. Dribbling left, gets inside the arc, all the way down to the baseline, looking for space underneath. Queen back on the floor for Maryland. Bounce it out to Richard high on the right side, guarded by Rice. Holds the ball above his head, up top to Handlocked. Dribbles to the top of the key, he'll give it up to Martin. Martin dribbling left, gets inside the arc. Matched up on Queen on the switch. Out it goes to Hauk. Left wing three in the air is good. Thomas Hauk with the triple, and the Gators lead 15-9. Florida taking advantage from distance. They've already hit three.
Feet set, he's a 33% shooter, but 6-0 run for Florida.
Here's Queen, handed off to Rice, dribbles over on the right side. Makes the pass back high left to Geronimo, tries to dump it into Queen. He got pushed off his spot by Handlocked. And so Micah Handlocked will pick up the foul. That's his second. Jacoby Gillespie back into the Maryland lineup for Selton Miguel. Juju Reese is going to return for Geronimo. And Alex Condon is back in for Florida. Handlocked with those two fouls will sit.
14 fouls on the Gators, a little bit early, 4-2. 4 for the Gators, 2 for the Terps early on. The officials trying to let them play, but there's been some sloppy grabbing. I don't think either team has really settled in yet, right?
12:45 to go first half, 15-9, Maryland on top. Here's Harris Smith, bounced it to Rice, and he threw it right by him and out of bounds. Speaking of sloppy, Rice just curling up, and that pass went right by him into the Florida bench.
Deshaun Harris Smith, that was a very poor pass. And you talk about throwing it away from the defense. He threw it inside. No one could get it. It was such a poor pass. Went out of bounds.
Gators with the ball in a 6-point lead. Aberdeen crossing into the front court with a left-hand dribble. Heads over to the hash mark on the left side. Trying to lose Gillespie. Gets a screen from Condon to do so. Dribbles to the free throw line. Gillespie reaches in, pokes it away. Harris Smith diving on the floor. Throws it at Gillespie. On the run to the bucket. Lays it up with the left and out. No good. Martin's got the rebound for Florida. And now we've got a whistle. Alex Condon is hurt. Condon is down on the far side. He is grabbing his right ankle. And the officials stop play. Condon is in some pain. He tried to stand up. Right now, he cannot put any weight on his right ankle, and he is going to hop down to the end of the Florida bench.
Deshaun Harris Smith made up for his careless pass with a really good defensive play. Got down on the floor and got the ball to Gillespie. Gillespie was unable to finish, really, because of the good hustle by Will Richard, but that was still a layup that they should have converted. 4 turnovers for Florida, 5 for Maryland already.
Shinyulu back in for Florida. Here's Hauk spinning left into the paint. Gets inside the free throw line against Queen. Out it goes to Richard. Left wing beyond the three-point arc. Dribbles right around a Hauk screen. Stop. Top of the key. 3-ball up and in. Will Richard with a 3. 18-9 Maryland. Florida rather. It's a 9-0 Gator spurt. Here's Queen with it. Top of the key. Dribbles between his legs. He's going to rise up for an 18-footer. That line drives off the rim, no good. And the rebound ripped down by Richard for Florida. Over on the left side, it goes to Martin. Martin dribbling right, weaving through traffic. Pitch it out, Richard. Three from the right slot. That one off the iron, no good. Reese flies in for the rebound. It's knocked away out of bounds. It was last touched by Reese. It'll be Florida ball, baseline left. So Maryland getting a little sloppy. Florida starting to hit their threes. And right now, the Gators have opened up a 9-point lead.
Beating them on the glass, and they've already attempted 15 field goals to only 9 for the Gators. Both teams sloppy with the ball.
11 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Florida 18, Maryland 9. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Build monthly.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business?
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. N-Store 5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo, the rest of our great Westwood One crew here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. Winning teams know the value of a good sixth man. Count on Grainger to give your business a boost off the bench. Call or click Grainger.com for over 1 million industrial-grade supplies. 11:32 to go first half. It's Florida 18, Maryland 9. Terrapin's turnovers fueling a 9-0 Gator run.
Yeah, a little sloppy, and that missed layup by Gillespie. He had a breakaway, good hustle from behind by Will Richard, but Gillespie's got to finish that after a really good hustle play by Harris Smith.
Aberdeen will inbound baseline left. Throws one out near midcourt. Houck makes the catch. Get it back to Aberdeen over on the left. Aberdeen puts it on the deck. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Get it to Martin, right wing. Martin drives down to the right block. Jump stop. Up to Houck. Puts it on the floor one time. Back to Martin. Beyond the three-point line. Top of the key. Dribbling over on the right side. Stops inside the arc. Back up top to Houck. 3 on the shot clock. Driving right. Spins left. Floats it up over Queen in the paint. That's no good. Houck grabs the rebound. That's a shot clock violation. The shot never hit the rim from Houck. Just off the glass. So that is the second shot clock violation we have seen in the game. Back to the Gillespie play, coach, on the breakaway. We saw him twice in Seattle last week kind of take a peek in the rearview mirror and miss layups. He did it again.
If the guy's covered, coming after him, which Will Richard did, but he's got to finish that. That's 5 turnovers for each team, Ryan, already.
Gillespie up top to Queen beyond the three-point line. He went to lob it to Reese and threw it away to Houck. 6 turnovers. Aberdeen across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Up top it goes to Houck. Heads over on the right side. Handed off Richard. Dribbling left. Stop of the foul line. Jump a pass back to Houck on the right side. Throws it into Chinyelu above the right block. Spins baseline. Pump fake. Puts it up with the right hand and scores off the window. Chinyelu, the Washington State transfer, his first bucket. 11-0 Florida run. Gators on top, 20-9.
Derek Queen has only attempted one shot, does not have a rebound yet. Basically been invisible.
Reese backing in against Hauk. He overpowers him to get in the paint. Got it slapped away. Queen is there, though. Grabs it and leans it in with the left hand. That'll end the run. The first bucket for Derek Queen. 20-11 Florida. 10:20 to go in the first.
Thank you, DQ.
Ask and ye shall receive. Here's Martin with it high on the left side. Clayton slowly making his way back to the table. He's had a nice rest here. Aberdeen drives right. Jump stop on the block. Nowhere to go against Queen. Out to Richard on the wing. Richard puts it on the deck. Miguel reached in, poked it away. Selton Miguel with a turnover. On the run across the timeline. Miguel in open lane. Down toward the bucket. Flips it up off the window. Can't finish. And Hauk has the rebound.
Layup, but it was contested, but you got to finish that shot.
Aberdeen driving right. Throws a lob inside to Richard off his fingertips and out of bounds. Another turnover. And Maryland will have it back. 9:49 to go in the first half. Clayton will return for the Gators.
Missed layups, turnovers. I'll tell you one thing, though, Ryan. If you're sloppy with the ball, both of these teams exceptionally quick, aggressive hands. They just go to take the ball away from you. Todd Golden is beside himself with the turnovers. Careless turnovers.
How about 13 made field goals, 13 turnovers between the teams. Here's Queen from the foul line. Floats it up with the right hand, drops in two. So Derek Queen with a couple of buckets. He's got 4, 20-13 Florida. Aberdeen left side beyond the three-point line. Bounce it to Chinyulu on the block. Backing in against Reese. Turns, floats it up with the right hand, spins it off the iron, no good. Rebound loose. Rodney Rice comes back to get it for Maryland. One-handed pass to Gillespie over on the right side. Gillespie brings it into the front court. Heads right off a screen. Stop and pop a three for the wing. It's good. Jacoby Gillespie with a triple. And now Maryland a spurt. Back within 4. It's a 7-0 Terps run.
Maryland finally got a defensive rebound. That got them going in transition.
Clayton across the timeline. Holds the dribble out in the March Madness logo. Up top it goes to Hauk. Well beyond the three-point arc. Back to Clayton on the right side. Clayton back to a rolling Hauk down the right side. He got fouled going up. And Hauk is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Well, you can listen to the live stream of every remaining game of both the men's and women's tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and westwood1sports.com. Sponsored by Masa Chips. Classic tortilla chips fried in 100% grass-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30 gets you 30% off your first order at masachips.com. Hauk at the free throw line, and he drops in the first. Thomas Hauk is an 81% free throw shooter. Foul was against Selton Miguel, his first.
Selton Miguel's a 78% free throw shooter, and he missed a pair earlier for Maryland. Kevin Willard going to his bench a little bit now before the 8-minute media timeout, trying to give his frontline guys, Juju Reese, in a few minutes, and Rodney Rice some rest.
Hauk rattles in the second, 22-16 Florida, 8:45 to go here in the first half. Here's Queen with it, lob it over to Gillespie on the right side, down towards the corner beyond the three-point line. Gillespie, couple of jab steps, dribbles left off a Queen screen. He'll stop and pop a three from the top. It's good. Gillespie with back-to-back triples. 22-19 Florida, 8.5 to go before intermission.
Little three-quarter court pressure by Maryland.
Clayton over to Martin. Martin brings it into the front court. Back up top it goes to Clayton. Back to Martin left side. Deep three from the wing on the way. Too strong off the rim. Hauk an offensive rebound. Gillespie poking to the ball. Can't get it. Up top to Clayton. Pump fake the three. Dribbles. Jump stop down the lane. Flipped it in with a right hand. Well, there may have been an extra step there, but Clayton got away with it. He's got 8. 24-19 Florida.
Well, they took him off the line, but he got a wide open layup. That shouldn't happen.
Gillespie dribbling right. Bounce it back to Queen. He'll try a three left slot. In and out. No good. And Hauk is there for the Florida rebound. Hand it off to Clayton. Gator ball up by 5. Clayton waits for Hauk, sets a screen. Clayton dribbling right, turns the corner, down to the right block, runs into Queen, back up top to Hauk, swinging on the left side. Here's a drive down to the baseline. Inside, Chinyulu runs into traffic, gets the ball slapped away by Deshaun Harris-Smith, and then a foul inside against the Gators. That'll be against Chinyulu. So Ruben Chinyulu picks up his first.
He fumbled the catch. If you fumble the ball for a split second, there's at least 2 and usually 4 hands just ripping the ball away.
14 combined turnovers between the two teams, 8 for Florida. Time out on the court with 7:37 remaining in the first half. It's Florida 24, Maryland 19. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No. We tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes. Our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first. Because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Something amazing is happening in workplaces everywhere. Devices are learning how people work and adapting to help them get more done. That's because CDW is modernizing experiences with Dell's intelligent portfolio of devices. Thanks to built-in security and AI capabilities, your teams can work smarter wherever they may be. Dell and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/DellClient.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome back to San Francisco, where it's time for the Coles Facts of the Game. Florida comes into tonight having won 8 straight Sweet 16 games. That's tied for the second longest streak in history. North Carolina won 11 straight between 1993 and 2012. Meanwhile, if Maryland is going to win a Sweet 16 tonight, they have to defy history. In the last 10 tournaments, teams after a buzzer beater have gone 1-7. It's our Fact of the Game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first. Well, Maryland is out-shooting Florida. Florida has turned the ball over more than Maryland, and yet it's the Gators with a 5-point lead up 24-19.
Well, they're crushing them on the glass, Ryan. 13-5 total rebounds, 6-1 offensive rebounds in favor of the Gators.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. Here's Queen. Lob it over to Gillespie, high on the right side. Gillespie holds the ball, dribbling left, step back beyond the three-point arc. He'll launch a three, top of the key, splashed it in. The third three for Jacoby Gillespie. He's got 11 in the first half, 24-22 Florida. Now Gillespie is stealed, runs it down the right side of the rim, lays it up and out, but a foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He picked the pocket of Urban Klabjar, who was in the game for Florida. Gillespie couldn't finish, but Klabjar commits the foul.
You have got to be impressed by both of these teams, their aggressiveness, attacking the ball off the dribble. They're just ripping it away from their opponents like it's not even there. You know, the other point you are, how can Maryland be out shooting them and now out shooting them from 3 also as Gillespie makes the first? They've got 5 more field goal attempts. They're 9 for 20. Maryland's only 8 for 15 because of all those offensive rebounds.
One more free throw for Gillespie, an 85% free throw shooter. It is on the way, and it is good. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Tie game, 24 apiece. 7:04 to go here in the first half. Jacoby Gillespie with 13 in the game. He has scored Maryland's last 11. Here's a right corner three. Will Richard knocks it in for Maryland. His second 3 of the half, and the Gators right back in front, 27-24.
Not good coverage there. That was an open shot from the corner.
Here's Gillespie, deep 3 near the logo. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Clayton taps the rebound, trying to run it down, saves it inbounds to Hanlogton. He'll bounce it back to Clayton. Up the left side, it goes to Martin. Martin thought about a quick 3 in transition and said he'll wait for his teammates. Up top, it goes to Hout. Dribbles over on the right side, stop above the elbow, and a one-handed pass is off the fingertips of Richard in the corner, out of bounds. The 9th Florida turnover of this first half.
Todd Golden just punched the chair that's there for him to sit on the sideline. He is really, really upset with his teams. Again, credit Maryland with some of these turnovers, but some of them are just careless plays by the Gators.
Gillespie into the front court, up top to Juju Reese. He'll dribble over on the left side, hand it off to Rodney Rice. Dribbles to the right wing, stops there, whips a pass inside to Queen. Underneath it gets Hanlogton, spins around him and got fouled going up. And Derek Queen is going to go to the free throw line. Well, he started left and spun back right and got that one stripped away. Now they're going to say no shot. The foul is going to be against Hanlogton, so he picks up his 3rd. It is the 17th foul, so Queen will get a 1-and-1. Later, almost like the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. So Handlockton will sit. Queen for a 1-and-1. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Deep breath for Queen. Settles. It's on the way, and it is good. Derek Queen earns the bonus. Queen averaging a double-double in the tournament, 14.5 and 10.5 in the first two games. At 17 and 6 against Colorado State, including, of course, that game winner.
This will be, if he makes this free throw, it'll be his 6th point, and he does. He still doesn't have a rebound in this game. Both he and Juju not averaging, 15 double-doubles each.
27-26 Florida. Here's Martin with it at the other end. He'll shoot a three over Deshaun Harris-Smith. Left side of the iron, no good. And there's Derek Reese grabbing a rebound. Off to Rodney Rice. 2-on-2 in the front court. Rice dribbles down the left side. Goes behind his back. Bounce it down low. Harris-Smith on the right block. Works his way to the left block. Up top it goes to Queen. Queen turns his back, dribbles into the paint. Got bumped and fouled by Hout. And Queen's going right back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Put the ball on the floor, and he did like a 180 stop, brought it back like an okey-doke, and then went back at him. Was just about to lose the ball from behind. No question Florida has on their whiteboard. When Derek Queen dribbles the ball, strip him.
I would like to welcome those of you just joining us across our network with 5:49 to go in the first half in San Francisco. It's Florida 27, Maryland 26. Derek Queen just made 2 free throws a moment ago at the line for a 1-and-1. And the first is on the way for Queen. It rims in, and Derek Queen will earn the bonus.
Free throws becoming a factor, Ryan. 18 fouls already on Florida, only 3 on the Terrapins.
Maryland 6 of 8 at the free throw line. Florida, meanwhile, is 2 for 2. Queen steady, second free throw on the way. That's good. So Derek Queen with 8 points in the first half, and Maryland is back in front, 28-27. It's their first lead since they were up 2-0. Full court pressure shown. Inbound to Richard. Across the court it goes to Martin on the left. Martin into the front court. Makes the pass to Hout down to the corner. Takes a couple of dribbles up towards the top. Handed off Clayton. Dribbling left. Stop. Pump fake to 3. Top to Hout. Handed back Clayton. Clayton above the hash mark on the left with 15 to shoot. Over to Richard. High right side. Richard dribbling left. Steps back. Lob it down to Chinyelu on the right block. Puts it over the right hand. Banked it too strong. And Reese grabs the rebound inside for Maryland. Handed off Gillespie. Kevin Willard says hold up. Gillespie dribbles down the right side. Stops beyond the three-point line. Hooks a pass up top to Queen. Swinging to Rice in the left slot. Now to Deshaun Harris-Smith. Throws a pass for Reese. Deflected, but Reese runs it down. Back out to Queen. 13 to shoot. Lob it to Gillespie in the right corner. Gillespie dribbling left off a Queen screen. Shot clock is at 7. Here's Queen with it. Right of the lane just inside the arc. Queen driving left into the paint. Got hooked and fouled. And Derek Queen, the shot went in. They're going to wave it off. But Queen will go right back to the free throw line. Derek Queen, he may be a freshman. He's got some tricks in his bag, PJ. Just getting body contact and earning himself trips to the foul line.
No question, and he's so good putting the ball on the floor. You know, another problem, Alex Condon is 3rd team All-SEC. He rolled that ankle early. He has not been back since. Fortunately for Florida, they have 2 other bigs, but that's their starter and a 3rd team All-SEC player. That's been a big factor already.
1-and-1 for Queen. He's made 4 in a row. Big deep breath for the freshman. Free throw on the way is good. The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure. Hurry in for an exceptional offer on Jeep's Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs and let the ride of a lifetime begin.
We just got word from the Florida bench. They're doing some precautionary x-rays on Alex Condon. For our listeners, it's very different. Kevin Willard does not put people on the free throw line. You have the man shooting the ball, Derek Queen, and all 4 players are in the backcourt. They're not up there to get offensive rebounds.
Queen's second free throw is good, 30-27 Maryland. Richard at the other end drives down to the right block and is able to finish off the glass. Richard's got 8, 30-29. Rice quick 3 in transition, no good. Tipped by Reese inside, that's no good. Chinyelu the rebound. He'll get it off on the left side. Clayton racing into the front court. Get it to Richard. He was standing out of bounds. They got it to Will Richard down in the corner right in front of the Maryland bench, and all the Terrapins were pointed out that he was standing out of bounds.
Nice of them to help the officials out.
And Mike Reed just went over and said, we don't need any help, fellas. We're good.
Quick shot there by Rodney Rice the last time down. Long pass, and there had to be still like 25 or 6 seconds on the shot clock, and he burped up that 3. If you're going to do that, if you're going to shoot it quick, you better make it.
Selton Miguel will inbound to Jacoby Gillespie. 4:35 to go first half. Maryland 30, Florida 29. Reese out high to set a screen. Gillespie dribbles off into the right. Stop and pop a three from the wing. Off the iron, no good. Shinyulu skies high for the Florida rebound. Long outlet pass to Richard to lay it up and in. Got it into the hands of Clayton, and he saw his buddy Richard racing down the floor. Richard's got 10, 31-30. Gators back in front.
Will Richard contested the shot and just continued into the backcourt. Nobody recognized it.
Here's Queen. 1 foot runner from the foul line. Banked way too strong. Shinyulu with a Florida rebound. Hand it off to Clayton. Clayton across the timeline, forecourt right, crossing left, down the lane, flips it up to the left hand, and a foul.
Oh, boy.
Boy, Derek Queen got a lot of ball. Is it Queen or Gillespie? They're going to call Gillespie with the foul. So Jacoby Gillespie picks up his first, and Florida will be at the free throw line when we return. 4 minutes exactly to go in the first half in San Francisco. It's Florida 31, Maryland 30. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Spring has sprung, and so have the deals at Cold Spring Savings Event. I just got a comfy tee for just $7.99, a cute swimsuit for $19.99, 40% off patio furniture for my backyard, and so much more. So don't wait. These deals are too good to miss. Hurry over to Kohl's to save big on warm weather essentials during their Spring Savings Event today. Select styles. Offers end March 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more. This doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rush? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
4 minutes to go here in San Francisco. It's Florida leading Maryland by a score of 31-30. Witness history in the making. The U.S. women's national team faces off against Brazil in the first ever professional women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles on Saturday, April 5th. To secure your seats, visit ussoccer.com/tickets. Well, Florida has a 1-point lead. They had a balanced effort so far. Maryland, meanwhile, Jacoby Gillespie and Derek Queen, they've got 23 of the Terps' 30 points.
Yeah, Rodney Rice and Selton Miguel have not scored. Again, when other guys are stepping up. But what's been the trademark for Maryland all year is 5 players scoring. They had 5 in double figures. That's the only time that's happened in the NCAA this year against Colorado State. So they need Rodney Rice and Miguel to do more. They're living at the free throw line now. 9 for 11 for the Terps. Florida's only 2 for 2, although Walter Clayton Jr. is getting 2 right now. They didn't call that foul on Derek Queen, who looked like he blocked the shot. So I guess maybe down below there was some contact, because it looked like a good block from Derek Queen.
Now the foul was on Gillespie, his first. So Clayton goes to the free throw line, as you would imagine, an excellent free throw shooter at 86%. Walter Clayton is the first Florida player with 20 or more points in each of the first 2 games of an NCAA tournament since Vernon Maxwell in 1987. As he makes the second, he's now got 10 here in the first half, and the Gators lead by 3.
17-8. Having doubled on the glass, Florida.
Here's Queen with it, out between the circles, hand it off to Gillespie. Looks to his right, nothing there, get it to Miguel. Curling left, bounce it to Queen, left of the lane, floats it up off the glass. No, and Reese pushed off to get the rebound inside. Foul against Julian Reese will be his first.
Good call by Mike Reed, the official. It was right in front of him. Juju just didn't really need the shove. I think he would have gotten the rebound anyhow, but just a little bit of a shove, and that's Florida ball.
Florida basketball up by 3. They've led for all but 2 minutes here in the first half. Here's Clayton with it on the right wing. He'll take a 3 over Gillespie. It's short off the rim. Long rebound run down by Martin for Florida. Over to Houck, right corner. Looked at the 3, instead throws it up the boards to Richard on the wing. Shot clock is at 13. Richard against Rice, dribbling left around a Chinyelu screen. Down the lane, jump stop, left block, up top. Houck, he'll shoot the 3 from there. Off the left side of the rim, no good. Good box out inside by Reese, allows Rice to get the Maryland rebound. Bounce it off to Gillespie. Up top it goes to Rice. Works left around to Reese screen. Rice dribbles between his legs. Makes the pass to Gillespie. Bounce it down to Reese. Reese on the right side. Up top to Rodney Rice. He'll shoot the 3 from there. It's good. Rodney Rice with his first bucket of the half. We're tied up. It's 33 apiece with 2:57 to go.
Just what we were talking about, Ryan. They need Rice and Miguel to get going, the Maryland Terrapins.
Clayton splits a double team out front. Dribbles down the right side. Lost it out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Maryland off the knee of a Terrapin. So it'll be Florida ball baseline right with 18 to shoot. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go first half. We're tied at 33. Clayton to inbound. Lobs it up the right lane line to Houck. Dribbles over on the left. Spins back to the right. Queen poked it away. Picked up by Reese. And then Reese is grabbed and fouled in the backcourt. And that is team foul number 10. So Julian Reese is going to shoot a couple of free throws. Another Florida giveaway.
12 turnovers. And once again, you put the ball on the floor against either of these teams, and they just attack the dribble and rip it away.
Foul against Thomas Houck. It's his second. These two teams, 18 combined turnovers in the first half. That's the most of any tournament game this year. And Reese at the free throw line knocks in the first. He's got 8 first half points. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA approved place to buy and sell authentic, 100% guaranteed Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange today at ncaa.com/exchange. Second free throw, no good.
12 points off turnovers already for Maryland, and they're leaving some points on the line.
34-33, Maryland lead, 2.5 to go first half. Here's Martin with it in the right slot beyond the three-point line. Get us to a curling Clayton on the wing. Dribbles left into the paint, leans in, got contact, flipped it up, no, but a foul. Selton Miguel will be whistled for that one, his second. And Clayton will go back to the free throw line where he just made 2 a moment ago.
Clever play by Clayton. He really wasn't able to turn the corner, but what he did was drop his right shoulder, went right into the chest of Selton Miguel. He's telling Brent Hampton, I didn't foul him. I had my hands up, but there was a lot of contact, maybe initiated by Walter Clayton, who knocks down the first free throw, but nonetheless, a good offensive move.
One more free throw for Clayton. Alex Condon is back out of the locker room. He's on an exercise bike in the tunnel down past the Florida bench. You hope that's a good sign for Condon and for the Gators. Condon injuring his ankle early has not been back in. Second free throw for Clayton is good. So Walter Clayton, 12 points here in the first half. 35-34 Florida. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go before intermission. Gillespie into the front court. He'll bounce it over for Rice. Rice has it, dribbling over the left side. Back to Queen, rolling down the lane. Gets right to the bucket, flips it up the left hand. Can't finish. Rebound loose underneath, and we've got a foul. Reese hit the deck. Or they're just going to say the ball was out of bounds. I guess they're just going to say it was out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a play that Derek Queen finishes all the time. They get him the ball real quickly on that high pick and roll, and he's able to dribble the ball from the top of the key right to the rim, and he just didn't finish.
Florida ball up 1. Richard with it, high on the right side. Inside 2 minutes to go first half. Up top to Chinyelu. Now to Houck. Holds the basketball on his right hip. Get it to Martin, top of the key. Pump fake the 3 against Rice. Martin looking, lobs it down to Chinyelu. Makes the catch in the paint. Reese pulled the chair. Chinyelu missed the layup. Rebound batted on the deck and picked up by Rodney Rice. He'll lob it over on the right side to Gillespie. Makes the catch on the wing. Drives the right baseline all the way underneath. Into the left corner. He'll bounce it there for Rice. Rice has it. Gillespie gets out of there to clear up some space. Rice up to Queen on the wing. Reese will hand it off. Here's Gillespie dribbling left, bumped into by Clayton, and free throws coming up for Jacoby Gillespie. Well, he wants a shooting foul. It doesn't matter. They're in the double bonus.
He doesn't realize.
Foul against Clayton is first.
Mike Reed's telling him that. Really, the exact same play Gillespie did to, was the foul on Clayton, right?
Yes, it was.
He did to Clayton exactly what Clayton did to Miguel on the previous shot. He initiated the contact with his chest.
Gillespie at the free throw line, knocks down the first to tie the game at 35. And he will have One more free throw coming. Interesting strategy by Maryland. They're playing behind Florida in the post, allowing those entry passes.
Florida's been able to post up anytime they want. That time they pulled a chair, and Chiniello was not able to finish, but they're getting the ball in the post anytime they try.
Second free throw, good for Gillespie. Florida with the ball down one. Martin, top of the key, three is good. First bucket for Elijah Martin, and Florida back in front. 38-36, 107 to go first half.
Yeah, Harris Smith gave him too much room.
Gillespie with the dribble out near midcourt. Heads over on the right side, almost threw it away. Got it to Deshaun Harris Smith on the sideline. Harris Smith makes the pass to Gillespie, left side. His pass inside is deflected by Martin. Ahead to Clayton, 2-on-1 the other way. Drop it back, Richard to the rim, lays it up with the left hand and scores two. 12 first half points for Richard, 40-36 Maryland, or Florida on top.
Costly turnover here with less than a minute to go.
Rice dribbles down to the right baseline, stop and pop an 18-footer and lasers it home. 5 for Rodney Rice in the first half. 40-38, 30 seconds left.
Todd Martin's upset. He wanted them to let the ball roll on the floor so that Florida would get the last shot of the half.
Clayton throws it away into the hands of Queen. And now Maryland will have the final shot. 18 seconds to go. Terps with it, down by 2.
Obviously no foul to give. Todd Martin is beside himself with the mental mistakes. Todd Golden, excuse me.
Gillespie with it out front. Get it up top to Queen. Over on the right side to Reese. Bounce it back Rice. Right wing three. Off the rim, no good. Martin the rebound inside, and that will bring us to halftime. The Florida Gators on top 40-38. The top seed had their problems in the first half, but they have a 2-point edge going in.
Very disjointed half. Some things have been constants. Rebounding by Florida. Maryland has to do a better job. Turnovers by both teams, but more by Florida, and it's hurt them. And fouls have really hurt the Gators. Maryland's been able to hang in the game because of their free throws.
That's the end of the first half here in San Francisco with the score Florida 40 and Maryland 38. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. Feel the free with all your favorites. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Tracker, The Walking Dead, Defiance, and more. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Six ties, 7 lead changes. A good one in the first 20 minutes out at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Florida, the 1 seed in the West, up on the 4 seed Maryland at halftime, 40-38. Welcome to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Next up at the Chase Center, the 3-seed Texas Tech meets the lowest seed left in the tournament, the 10-seed Arkansas. The Red Raiders are facing a double-digit seed for the third consecutive game after wins over UNCW and Drake last weekend. 3 different players have scored at least 25 points so far for head coach Grant McCaslin. You had Kerwin Walton in round 1, J.T. Toppin and Darian Williams in round 2. Meanwhile, Arkansas pulled off the biggest upset of round 2, ending the dream season for Rick Pitino and St. John's. Boogie Flan's made a big impact since coming back from thumb surgery, and now leading scorer Adu Thero returns tonight after missing the last 8 games with a knee injury. Here's John Calipari with Ryan Radke and P.J. Carlissimo.
Well, Coach, you guys have certainly had your share of challenges and ups and downs throughout the course of the season, and yet here you are in the Sweet 16. What turned things around for this team to get you guys to the point you're at right now?
I think as you go through a season and you have a brand new team and you start in this league, which was ridiculous, and you go 0-5, maybe one of them you should have won. The others you shouldn't have won. They were better than us, but we're 0-5, and they started realizing, wait a minute, we need each other. Boogie goes down. Now guys are in different positions. We can't do this while you're worrying about yourself. So what happened, they all got in a dark place. They were so consumed with themselves that now all of a sudden you're looking like, what? Then they flipped and we need each other. We can do this. And then you go on the road and get a couple of W's, and all of a sudden they start believing. And then Adu goes down. And so you got to change again. And all of a sudden, when Boogie went down, DJ stepped up. It gave Billy Richmond a chance to play more. Wow. And all of a sudden, Adu goes down, and it gives Trevin a chance to play, and you find out, like, he's really good. So I was proud of the guys that stepped up and what they did.
You and I go back longer than we probably should talk about, but still, 33 years now, your 4th team in the Sweet 16. What does this mean to you? Not to Arkansas, not to your team. For you, how different is this, or how much you enjoying this?
The rewarding part of this has been they shoved us in the casket. And I say they forgot the nails. And not only us, individual players, to see them, like the one kid I said, it was great to see you smile again. You didn't smile for 2 weeks. Smile. We're going to do this. So to bust through all that, for them to stay together, to my staff, as you know, the staff has to stay together. They did. It's been really rewarding. And I've had maybe more successful runs with different teams, but as far as rewarding, this ranks up there with any of them.
Coach, you'll see a Texas Tech team that, like your team, has had some injuries and had to deal with some adversity, and yet here they are. What stands out about the Red Raiders and the challenge that they present for you?
They can beat you different ways. They can beat you shooting threes. They can beat you posting up. They can beat you in transition. Look, we're the underdog. We have nothing to lose in this game. I'm saying play free and loose and go. Be aggressive. Don't worry about mistakes. I'm not. You're going to make some, but play through them. But they're good. I mean, it'll be a hard game for us.
Arkansas head coach John Calipari, good luck against Texas Tech. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Halftime game 1 out in San Francisco. Florida, the 1 seed in the West, leads the 4 seed Maryland 40-38. Coming up, we'll check in on Alabama and BYU in the East region. The Crimson Tide trying to shoot their way to a 2nd straight Elite 8. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Glad to be here. I need to spring save on an oil change.
Right now, you can get an STP Extended Life Oil Filter with 5 quarts of Mobil 1 Advanced for just $35.99.
What if I need to spring save on a high mileage motor oil?
Our spring savings include Mobil 1 Advanced High Mileage.
And the oil filter?
And the oil filter. All for just $35.99. It's part of Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Smith makes the pass to Gillespie, left side. His pass inside is deflected by Martin. Ahead to Clayton, 2-on-1 the other way. Drop it back, Richard to the rim, lays it up with the left hand and scores 2. 12 first half points for Richard, 40-36, Florida on top.
Florida at one point up 11 in the first half, leads Maryland by 2 at halftime, 40-38, Sweet 16 in San Francisco. Brad Heller in the Westwood One Broadcast Center. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. East Regional Sweet 16, Alabama and BYU. The 2-seed Crimson Tide, the 6-seed Cougars. This one has been the Mark Sears show so far.
Holloway, long three, missed it badly. Long rebound covered by Alabama. Diabate gets it to Sears for a 3. That's good from the right side. Oh, my goodness. He's got 17 here in the first half. 41-32, biggest lead of the game.
Scott Graham on the call, and that lead is growing for the Crimson Tide. It's up to 16, 63-47 with under 17 minutes to go. And Mark Sears, the reason why. He's hit 7 threes, 7 of 10 shooting. He's got 25 points. Bama's got 14 three-pointers. BYU has 2. The Cougars, 2 of 15 shooting, and that's why the Crimson Tide are right now on their way to going to back-to-back Elite Eights. Up 16 on BYU, 63-47, 16:48 to go. You can hear that one on the new Westwood One Sports app, also at westwoodonesports.com. After that one in Newark, New Jersey, you'll have the top seed in the East, Duke, and the 4-seed Arizona. Believe it or not, Caleb Love is going to face the Blue Devils for the 10th time in his career. Of course, all those games at North Carolina, most notably, he scored 28 to knock out Duke in the Final Four in 2022. Mike Krzyzewski's final game as Duke head coach. He's already faced him a couple times as an Arizona Wildcat, so is he tired of seeing the Blue Devils?
No, not at all. I mean, it's the next game, and you know, I'm loving the guys that I'm going in the battle with, and we've been so locked in, you know, since we got here, since we found out, you know, like, you know, we got to play Duke, and you know, we're not shying away from anything, and we're not running away from the fact that, you know, this is another game, and you know, this is a game that we have to, you know, win.
Caleb Love coming off a 29-point game against Oregon for Arizona in round 2, getting ready to face Duke again for the 10th time in his college career. Blue Devils have won 13 games in a row. They won their first 2 tournament games by a combined 67 points. Duke in Arizona coming up game number 2 in Newark. By the way, to start the day, Caleb Love is the leader for active players in terms of career points scored in the tournament. Only had an 8-point lead on Mark Sears. Well, Sears has 25 right now and counting as Alabama up 14 on BYU, 63-49 early in the second half. Your halftime score in San Francisco, the Florida Gators, the 1 seed in the West, up 2 on the 4 seed Maryland, 40-38. We'll rejoin Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo at the Chase Center after this. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to health care in every community.
Prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable child care.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Furnished by Prevent Child Abuse America.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in a disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo back in San Francisco, where the top seed Florida leads the 4 seed Maryland 40-38. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do. Well, Florida finished the first half at 47% from the floor. They were 6 of 15 from 3, 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Individually, Walter Clayton, Will Richard tied for team high honors. They each had 12 points. Meanwhile, Maryland shot it at 42%. They were 4 of 10 from 3, 12 of 15 at the free throw line. Jacoby Gillespie led the way. He had 15 points. Derek Queen had 10. Big number in that first half. We talked about it throughout the entire first half. Florida with 13 first-half turnovers. It led to 12 Maryland points, and that's what's allowed the Terps to hang in this game.
Yeah, Ryan, they're lucky that it's only led to 12 turnovers because they missed 2 layups off the turnovers, and they left some free throws, some points on the free throw line also after a turnover. So incumbent upon Florida for sure to take better care of the ball. Derek Queen, 10 points, did a nice job. He's only got 1 rebound. They're getting slammed on the boards. He's got to do a lot better job. I also need Selton Miguel to step up for Maryland.
Florida plus 11 on the glass in that first half, out-rebounding Maryland 21-10. Halftime score here at Chase Center in San Francisco. Top seed Florida on top of the 4 seed Maryland, 40-38. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AB.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
Be prepared to get loud, rep your squad, get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling, you ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
April 2nd, 2007. The national title game between top-seeded Ohio State and the defending champion Florida Gators. Billy Donovan's starting five had stayed in school for a chance at repeating. When 4 Florida players scored in double digits and they held the Buckeyes to a dismal 4 of 23 shooting from beyond the arc, their mission was accomplished.
We're down to 3, we're down to 2, we're down to 1. That's it. We've said it before and we'll say it again. The Gators are national champions for the second consecutive season. The University of Florida has won the national championship in college basketball, just the second team to repeat in the last 34 years.
Joining the 1991-92 Duke Blue Devils as the only teams to accomplish the feat since John Wooden's UCLA Bruins back in the 70s. With another great moment in tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo back at Chase Center in San Francisco. Halftime here in the West Regional. The top seed Florida is on top of the 4-seed Maryland, 40-38. Time now for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. You're up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, PJ, what are you looking for here in the second half?
Pretty simple keys, Ryan, because teams have really been deficient in a couple areas. Florida's got to take better care of the ball. 13 turnovers. That's a game's worth. They had 12 each in the first 2 games. They've got to defend without fouling. 12-6 free throw discrepancy. That's because the fact that they're fouling too much, and Maryland's doing a good job defending without fouling. Maryland has the defensive rebound. It's a joke. 7-2 on the offensive boards. They're getting doubled overall. They're just getting beat. Derek Queen may be the biggest culprit. He's double-double machine. He's only got 1 rebound. They got to defend the three-point line a lot better, especially Walter Clayton. They got to make him put the ball on the floor. They can't let him shoot threes with his feet set.
All right, one thing to watch in the second half for Florida. Alex Condon left with an ankle injury. The official word from the Gators is he is questionable to return. Condon has emerged from the locker room. He just came out a moment ago. He is on the Gator bench, but it does not look like he is going to start the second half. Micah Hanlugton plays behind him. He picked up 3 first-half fouls, so the Gators have a lot of size. They have a lot of depth, PJ, but that could be something to monitor here, especially if Hanlugton were to pick up another foul early.
Well, they're lucky with Thomas Huff. They have got 4 bigs, but Alex Condon only played 5 minutes. He was 2 for 3 from the field. He had 4 boards and 2 offensive rebounds, so he was off to a big start.
Time now for the start of the second half. It's sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credits. Maryland out in the black uniforms. They will go with their starting five. It'll be Jacoby Gillespie, Rodney Rice, Selton Miguel, Juju Reese, and Derek Queen. Florida is in the white uniforms. They will go with Clayton, Hauk, Shinyulu, Richard, and Martin. So Florida on top 40-38. Gators are 26-0 when leading at the half this season. Martin will inbound just to the left of us at midcourt. He'll toss it into Clayton in the backcourt. Gators will move right to left here in the final 20 minutes. And here we go to decide who goes to the Elite Eight here on Saturday. Clayton dribbles over on the left side. Up top it goes to Hauk. He'll hand it off to Martin, dribbling right down the lane, turns the corner, lost the ball. It's loose. He's able to grab it back, steps into the left corner, drop it down to Hauk off the left block. Hauk dribbles up to the free throw line, stops there. Out to Richard, 10 to shoot. Richard dribbles left, stops top of the key, back to Hauk, rolling down the right side, leans in, ran over the defender, and a blocking foul against Queen. And that's going to be free throws coming up for Thomas Hauk. Queen picks up his second.
Derek Queen appeared to not move. I'd love to see the replay from our friends at Turner, but second foul on Derek Queen. Good move by Hauk going to the rim.
Hauk is 2 for 2 with the free throw line, and now 3 for 3 as he rims that one home. One more free throw for Thomas Hauk, sophomore from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. He's averaged 12.5 a game in his last 14 as he splashes that one down. That's up about 3 points per game over his season average. He's got 7 here in this one. 42-38 Florida, 30 seconds into the second half.
The Florida depth, a big plus. He's in there for Condon.
Gillespie, get it up top to Queen. Hand it back to Gillespie. Jacoby Gillespie with 15 in the first half. Throws a pass to Reese, went right by him, and then past Miguel and out of bounds. And an unforced error for the Terps.
Juju Reese did not see the pass coming, so it didn't slow it down. And Selton Miguel, who was not the intended receiver, couldn't get there quickly enough.
Clayton handling for Florida, bounce it to Hauk over on the right side. A little off balance as he picks up the basketball. Trying to get it to Richard and Does on the right wing. Driving right down to the baseline. Gets in the air, whips a pass, left corner. Martin 3 is good. Elijah Martin rattles one down. 45-38. Florida's lead is at 7.
Elijah Martin playing really well for the Gators in the tournament.
Gillespie dribbles over on the left side, bouncing into Reese, finds Queen cutting down the lane. Big step to the rim to lay it in with a right hand. 12 in the game for Derek Queen, 45-40 Florida. Richards' pass inside is deflected and stolen away by Reese. Todd Golden just can't believe it. That's 14 Florida turnovers.
He's jumping up and down in disgust on the sideline.
Rice gets grabbed as he dribbled over on the left side. The foul will go against Will Richard, and Richard picks up his second.
But, Rye, we should note, the pass was deflected. The Maryland defender had both hands up in the air and deflected it. Yes, careless pass, but yes, good defense.
Rice will get it into Gillespie. Gillespie makes the pass over on the left side to Rice. Bounce it back to Reese. Down on the left block. Runs into Hauk. Puts it on the deck. Spins middle. Fade away from 10 is up and in. Juju Reese with the bucket, putting him in double figures with 10. 45-42 Florida, 18-15 to go.
Maryland would do well to continue to go inside to Juju and Derek Queen.
Martin holds the dribble out high on the left side. He'll lob it to Clayton near midcourt. Clayton dribbles over on the left, matched up against Selton Miguel. Up top it goes to Hauk. Spins off Gillespie, dribbling right, trying to turn the corner, leans in, little push shot, no good, but a foul, a late whistle.
Wow.
And if that is against Gillespie, it's going to be his second, and it is. So Jacoby Gillespie picks up his second, and Hauk will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, where he just made a pair a moment ago.
Mike Reed was the slot official. He had a better look at it than I did.
Hauk settles for free throw number 1. It's on the way. And that one rims out. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. When you need products in a pinch, Grainger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Grainger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business. Second free throw for Hauk is good. He's got 8. 46-42 Florida, 17:54 to go. Gillespie matched up against Martin out front, dribbles right off a screen from Reese. Hooks a pass to Miguel on the left wing. And Miguel is hand-checked and fouled by Clayton. He picks up his second.
You go with the fouls again, Ryan. That's 2 fouls on each team. Early.
Miguel will inbound, gets it into Gillespie. Gillespie back to Miguel in the left slot. Deep three rainbowed up. That's got no chance. Banked way too strong, and Richard has the Florida rebound. Not sure that Kevin Willard was in love with that shot.
Shelton Miguel's having a tough night so far.
Hauk dribbles right, goes between his legs left, stopping the paint, lob it back out front to Clayton with 15 to shoot. Clayton dribbling over on the right side, turns the corner, gets around two, inside, hooks a pass back up to Hauk. Wide open three from the top on the way. That's short, hit the front of the rim, rebound pinballed around underneath, and it's knocked off Maryland and out of bounds. It'll be Florida ball with 17-15 to go.
It was a wild carry because the shot actually hit underneath the rim, so it was hard to come up with the rebound. There's somebody that could come up with the rebound. Our friends at Turner are showing
Angel
Juju's
Reese's
sister
yeah.
in the stands.
She knows all about rebounding.
You better believe it.
Won a national championship at LSU, now in the WNBA with the Chicago Sky. Florida ball out of the timeout, inbound to Chinyelu. Tried to hand it back to Clayton. It's knocked away out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Maryland.
Ooh, I don't know. I thought, well, again, it's the corner away from us. I thought it was off Walter Clayton's foot.
Yeah, I was with you. Inbound to Hauk up the sideline. Hauk working against Geronimo's in the game. Dribbles over on the left side. Stops off the elbow. Picks up his dribble, lob it back to Martin, left corner. Martin dribbles along the baseline, knocks over Miguel, no call, into the paint. Down low, Chinyelu, and he slams it down with two hands.
Well, that was a tough possession call-wise for Maryland. Looked like they could have had two different turnovers, didn't get either call.
48-42. Florida on top with 16:43 to go. Here's Rice up top to Gillespie. Gillespie get it to Geronimo above the right elbow. Geronimo one dribble, handed off Rice. Dribbles over on the right side, makes the pass into the corner. Gillespie jumps to three, too strong off the rim. Chinyelu is there for the weak side baseline rebound. Off to Hauk and now to Clayton. Gators with the ball on top by 6. Clayton dribbles up to the top of the key. Clayton nearly got it knocked away. Inside, Chinyelu wide open, another stuff. Oh, Clayton is a wizard finding Chinyelu underneath, and Florida leads by 8. Timeout, Maryland.
Florida has alternated mistakes with really good runs. They get these runs and put 6, 8, 10 points together, and then when they get careless with the ball again, they let Maryland back in the game.
Timeout on the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 16:15 to go. It's Florida 50, Maryland 42. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When the forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in the patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
You bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was on a ventilator for 20 days due to COVID, he had so many medications, it really was daunting.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero simplifies medication management.
I'm so thankful that something like this exists. It holds up to 10 different medications. It's all on an app, and you can share that app with a caregiver, so I can make sure that he got his meds. Is he missing a dose of his meds?
Hero Health's smart pill dispenser alerts and delivers pills with the push of a button.
It is really so easy to use and a literal lifesaver.
Try Hero Health risk-free for 30 days. Get free contactless delivery. Call 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. Hero. Medication managed.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Let's check some of the numbers sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Florida has outscored Maryland 10-4 to start the second half. The Gators shooting 50% for the game. Their rebounding edge is now 14, 24-10 over Maryland. You see why Todd Golden is frustrated, thinking if we just hang on to the ball, we're going to be in really good shape.
Without question, but as we've been saying the whole game, Maryland's defense has something to do with that.
Here's a cross-court pass for Gillespie that's picked off and stolen by Houck. Elijah Martin dribbling through traffic into the front court. Martin dribbles to the right elbow, get it back to Houck. Down the left side, makes the pass on the right to Richard. Up top, Martin, open looking at three. Off the left side of the rim, no good. Reese skies high for the Maryland rebound. Terps with the ball down by 8, 15:50 to go here in the ball game. And now Martin just reaches in and slaps it away from Gillespie out of bounds. Maryland will keep it when we return. With 15 minutes and 51 seconds to go in San Francisco, it's Florida 50 and Maryland 42. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. Feel the free with all your favorites. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Tracker, The Walking Dead, Defiance, and more. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. Well, the winner of this game will move on to Saturday. They will take on the winner of our second game here in San Francisco tonight, the 10-seed Arkansas against the 3-seed Texas Tech. Right now, the top seed Florida on top of 4-seeded Maryland, 50-42. PJ, Maryland is a team that is so reliant on their starting five. They need all five guys if they're going to win a game like this. They're getting contributions from 3 of those 5 right now.
Derek Queen is scoring, but he's not rebounding. He's only got 1 board. Selton Miguel has yet to score. He's 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from downtown. You look at the numbers, Florida's only 3 for 5 to Maryland's 2 for 4 in the second half. But the difference is they've got 4 free throws already, and Maryland has 2 turnovers to only 1 Florida turnover.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. Here's Selton Miguel along the right baseline. Floater from 12 feet is short. Shinyulu has the rebound inside for Florida.
Miguel continues to struggle.
Gators have a chance to push this lead out to double figures. They've had it as high as 11 in the game. Here's Houck above the left elbow. Picks up his dribble, looked at Clayton, couldn't find him. Goes to Martin up top to Houck. Dribbling left, gets around Queen inside, shoveled off Shinyulu. Pump fake, lays it up gently off the glass for 2. Ruben Shinyulu is getting all he can eat inside. 52-42 Florida. Shinyulu's got 8-6 in the second half.
7-0 run for the Gators.
Here's Rice with it between the circles. Dribbles left off a Reese screen. Stops beyond the three-point line. Skips the pass over high on the right side to Miguel. Puts it on the deck, bounces it down to Reese. On the right block against Houck. Backs his way into the paint. turns middle, lowers his shoulder, turns back to the baseline, puts it up, can't finish inside, tipped up and in. Queen got in there to knock it home.
Good adjustment at the timeout. Get the ball inside to Reese and Miguel.
52-44 Gators, 14:45 to go.
I should say Reese and Queen, excuse me, Ryan.
Martin with it up top of the key. Picks up his dribble, hand it off to Hout. Now give it to Clayton. Clayton with it out between the rings, directing traffic for Florida. Makes the pass over to Richard on the right side. Pulls the ball, give it to Chinyelu above the free throw line. Dribbles to the left elbow, stops there. Hand it off Martin. He'll launch a three from the slot. Too strong off the rim. Hout the offensive rebound. Up top it goes to Clayton. Now to Martin. Another look at a three left slot. That one is perfect. Elijah Martin with his third three of the game. 55-44, Florida Gators have matched their largest lead.
Maryland cannot win this game unless they begin to defensive rebound.
Here's Reese at the free throw line. Dribbles over, stop of the elbow, handed off Rodney Rice. Turns, pulls up for a 17-footer above the foul line. Back in the iron node. Chinyelu the rebound. Reese reaches in, took it away, and laid it up and in. 12 points for Julian Reese in the game. 55-46, and that was steal by Reese as Florida turns it over again.
Full court pass. Ill-advised, intercepted.
Here's Gillespie dribbling down to the right corner, gets along the baseline, hooks a pass to Queen. He's open, didn't take the three, finds Rice left corner. His three is good. Rodney Rice with a triple to give him 8, and just like that, Maryland is within 6. 55-49 Florida. Martin at the other end is bumped and fouled by Gillespie reaching in, and that's the third foul against Gillespie. Alex Condon has come to the table. He's going to return for Florida. Handlocked in, and Aberdeen back in as well. That's a good sign for the Florida fans, and that's what you hear the cheers for, with Condon coming back in after injuring his ankle in the first half. Meanwhile, Selton Miguel will sit for Maryland. Deshaun Harris-Smith back in for the Terps.
Big foul on Gillespie. Really good pass the last possession by Derek Queen.
Yeah, he passed up the three to get it to Rodney Rice, a much better three-point shooter. Aberdeen inbound baseline left, gets underneath the hand lugged in, shovels it out to Condon. He'll hand it off for Aberdeen. Aberdeen dribbling right, gets to the free throw line, stops there, down low to Condon, fakes a pass inside, dribbles into the paint, turns, got it stripped by Reese, picked up by Gillespie. Maryland's got it back down 6.
You cannot bounce the ball in the lane.
Jacoby Gillespie dribbling left, turns, heads back out of the perimeter, and then just lost the ball into the Maryland bench. As he turned around, it just slipped out of his hands, and the Terps give it right back to the Gators with 13:09 to go.
3 turnovers already, second half for Maryland.
Clayton will handle for Florida. Slowly walks the dribble up to the timeline, crossing into the front court with 3 seconds to spare. Lob it to Condon above the left elbow, back to Clayton off a flare screen on the right. Looked at a rolling hand, looked in over to Condon, back up top to Clayton, makes the pass right side, Aberdeen, wing 3 up and in. Excellent ball movement, paid off by Aberdeen. 58-49 Florida, Gators up 9 with 12:45 to go.
Blown defensive coverage by the Terps.
Here's Gillespie, over to Queen on the left side. They give him space. Doesn't want the three. Instead, he'll put it on the deck. Driving, gets hand-logged in. Spins in the paint. Right-handed jump hook. Off to the right, no good. Hand-logged in the rebound for Florida. Off it goes to Clayton. On the runner to the front court. Driving right, down the lane. Scoops it up and out for the foul. And he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. If that's against Gillespie, it's his 4th, and it is. And that is huge. Jacoby Gillespie picks up his 4th with 12:27 to go. Florida up 9 and going to the free throw line. Selton Miguel is going to check back in. You can listen to the live stream of every remaining game of both the men's and women's tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and WestwoodOneSports.com. Sponsored by Masa Chips. Classic tortilla chips fried in 100% grass-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30 gets you 30% off your first order at MasaChips.com.
Biggest play of the game right there, Ryan. No question about it. Maryland needs Jacoby Gillespie on the floor. I was going to say the last possession, he was not playing cautiously on defense.
Clayton missed the first free throw, made the second. He's got 13, 59-49 Florida, 12:20 to go. Deshaun Harris-Smith into the front court. Hands it off for Rodney Rice in the March Madness logo. Rice holds the basketball at his waist. Makes the pass to Miguel out high on the left side. He'll lob it to Queen, left of the lane, 15 feet away against hand-logged in. Drives it along the baseline, gets underneath, and easily lays it in. Boy, Derek Queen, he made that look real simple. He's got 16, 59-51 Florida.
Well, they ISO'd him on the left side of the floor, so he was the only player over there. There was nobody to come try and take the ball away from him on the dribble.
Condon with it, top of the key for the Gators. Works his way over to the right side, lob it to Clayton down towards the corner. Back to Condon, driving right, trying to get around Queen. Jump stop on the block, spins to the baseline. Nothing there, throws it back out to Richard. 7 to shoot. Richard with it on the right, dribbling left. Step back into Condon, rolling down the right side. Dribbled it off his foot. Condon dives on top of it, just throws it up to Handlogton. Can't put it in. Tipped it up and in! Handlogton got it off the rim and then tipped it in. 61-51 Florida, 11:23 to go.
Look what I found. It was a loose ball, almost a turnover, became an offensive rebound, stick back.
Queen up top to Selton Miguel near midcourt. Miguel dribbling over on the left side. Miguel to Rice, up top Queen. They leave him open. He'll take the three and hit it. Derek Queen's got 19 in the game. Maryland hanging around, 61-54, 11 minutes to go.
Selton Miguel has got to step up right now for Maryland.
Aberdeen with the dribble. Walks into the March Madness logo. Double high screen set up, dribbles off Condon to the left. Weaves to his right, stop at the elbow. 15-foot jumper rattled in for 2. Denzel Aberdeen's got 7 points. 63-54 Gators, 10:39 remaining.
Took Rodney Rice right into the lane and shot over him.
Deshaun Harris-Smith walks the dribble into the front court for Maryland. Handling the ball with Gillespie on the bench with the 4 fouls. Deshaun Harris-Smith up top to Queen. He'll try another 3. This one back in the rim, no. Clayton tipped the rebound. It's out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Maryland.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. Deshaun Harris-Smith is having a conversation with the baseline official. Looked like that was out of bounds off Clayton and Florida. But the officials say no, and the Gators will have it when we return. With 10 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in San Francisco. The top seed Florida on top of the 4 seed Maryland, 63-54. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-8822. That's 800-838-8822. 800-838-8822.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo back in San Francisco with 10 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the game. The Florida Gators, the top seed in the West, on top of 4-seeded Maryland, 63-54. Spruce is a new weed and grass killer with 9 simple yet effective ingredients that are safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spruce works differently by dehydrating the weed down to the roots. All right, 10:24 to go. Jacoby Gillespie on the bench for Maryland with 4 fouls. How long can Kevin Willard leave him on the bench, PJ, before he has to bring him back in?
He's not going to look at the time. He's just going to look at the score. This gets much more beyond 10 points. He's got to come back with Jacoby Gillespie. He's so important for them. He had 11 points, 7 assists, 4 steals, 3 rebounds against Colorado State. I mean, he's the engine that makes them go in the backcourt.
Florida ball out of the timeout. Clayton slowly into the front court with a left-hand dribble. Get it to Condon above the left elbow. Condon looks at Clayton off a flare, dribbles left instead. He'll shovel it off to Martin on the wing. Martin dribbling right inside the arc, gets the ball poked away by Queen and out of bounds. Florida will keep it baseline left with 15 to shoot.
There has been more players dribbling the ball, either lost it or had it knocked out of their hands.
Inbound to Hauk over on the left side, dribbles to the right elbow. Out to Martin on the wing. Martin goes between his legs, driving right, leans in, creates contact, flipped it in and one. What a finish by Elijah Martin, getting his body into the defender and then scoring off the glass. Martin with a chance for a three-point play. The foul is against Miguel.
Jumped right into Selton Miguel. Selton Miguel did not foul him. I don't like the call, but it was a really circus play by Elijah Martin.
Martin's free throw on the way is good, and Florida has its largest lead up 12, 66-54, with 10 minutes remaining in the game.
A little three-quarter court pressure by Florida just to take some time off the clock.
Deshaun Harris-Smith to Derek Queen, drives the lane. They left him alone, and Queen slams it down with two hands.
Let the wrong guy open in the middle of the floor. Derek Queen just caught it and put it right on the floor to the rim.
21 for Queen, 66-56 Florida. Clayton driving left, jump stop on the block, spins, throws it up top to Aberdeen. Aberdeen will get it to Condon beyond the three-point line. Dribbles over on the right side, inside the arc. Up top it goes to Hauk. He'll jump the three over Queen. That one off the back of the rim, no good. And a foul on the rebound against Condon. Pushed off against Reese. Alex Condon picks up his second foul.
Good news, bad news. Florida's doing all this damage without Walter Clayton. I should say without Walter Clayton scoring. He's only got 1 point so far in the second half, but everybody else is chipping in. 17-0 bench points in favor of Florida. No surprise. Maryland gets all their points from their starters, but they're not looking forward to giving up 17 off the Florida bench.
69 points per game from starters this year for Maryland. That's #1 in the country. Terps have the ball down by 10, 9:17 to go. Deshaun Harris-Smith handling out high on the right side. He'll bounce it up top to Reese between the circles. Chest pass high left to Miguel at the hash mark. Up top it goes to Rice. Dribbling left, stop of the elbow. Back to Reese. Reese spinning in the paint. Gets inside, puts it up with the left hand. Too strong off the glass. And Hauk, the Florida rebound inside. Off to Clayton.
Ahead of himself.
Over on the left side, Aberdeen shoots a three from the wing. That's no good. Rebound batted in the air by Chinyelu. It's still loose. Martin's got it for Florida. Out to Clayton. His pass over on the right side deflected. Gathered in by Martin. Driving right. Jump stop on the right block. Leans in. Now a fadeaway 10-footer is up off the iron. No good. Fight for the rebound inside. Foul against Chinyelu. Going over the back of Reese.
They're just not working. The foul went against Ruben Chinyelu, but Todd Golden does not mind that foul. Maryland cannot come up with the defensive rebound cleanly, and a lot of times it's Juju Reese and Derek Queen right there. They're just getting outworked by the Florida bigs.
Fourth foul against the Gators. Clayton is going to get a rest with 8:44 remaining in the game. 66-56, Florida on top.
Don't forget, Walter Clayton had 13 points in the last 8 minutes against UConn.
Certainly has that ability to go on spurts all by himself. Harris-Smith, high right side to Rice, well beyond the three-point line, whips it into Reese on the block, dribbles into the paint, got blocked going up by Hauk. Ball loose, run down by Reese on the baseline. Out to Rice, right corner three on the way, around it off, no. Chinyelu is there to inhale the rebound. Off to Aberdeen, Gators on the run. Aberdeen down the right side, bangs into Queen, got in the paint, leaves it for Hauk, lays it up and out, no good. Rebound loose underneath. We've got pushing and shoving after the play. I think Reese originally got fouled, but then Reese kind of shoved his defender off of him. And they're going to go look at this. The officials are going to take a look. Well, Reese and Chinyelu came together. I think the original foul call was going to be against Chinyelu. And then Reese just sort of discarded Chinyelu.
No, it was clearly, watching the replay, it was clearly a foul against Ruben Chinyelu early. And then it almost looked like a hook and hold, because Reese got his arm underneath Ruben Chinyelu's by his left shoulder pit, where they go with that call they call a hook and hold, which becomes a flagrant. So let's see what the officials decide after looking at the replay.
So the officials are going to take a look, and we will step aside with 8 minutes and 13 seconds to go in San Francisco. It's Florida 66, Maryland 56. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
with the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard, too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 five-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at EgoPowerPlus.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line Gold Unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Center in Los Angeles. Time now for a tournament bracket update sponsored by Green Gobbler. Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. It's bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and it works. Green Gobbler, let the gobbler get it. Alabama, a tournament record, 24 made three-pointers. They're hammering BYU 103-83 with 3 minutes to go. Mark Sears has 10 of those threes, 34 points. The Crimson Tide on their way to a second straight Elite Eight. Meanwhile, a note for Duke, Malik Brown is active, coming off a shoulder injury. The Blue Devils getting ready to take on Arizona. Texas Tech and Arkansas coming up next in San Francisco. Back to the Chase Center, we rejoin Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in San Francisco. During the timeout, the foul was charged to Juju Reese and upgraded to a flagrant one for a hook and hold. So Chinyelu at the free throw line makes the first and the second, and now Florida will maintain possession. So the Gators get a couple of free throws and the ball. Their lead is 12, 68-56 with 8:13 to go.
Huge call. There's no question Juju Reese grabbed Chinyelu's arm and threw him, but Chinyelu fouled him first, right in front of Brent Hampton. That's a missed call.
Aberdeen, meanwhile, with an inbounds pass and a foul underneath, is going to mean more Florida free throws. Foul will go against Selton Miguel. He picks up his fourth, and Martin is going to go to the line to shoot two. Jacoby Gillespie is back in the game for Maryland.
No choice for Kevin Willard right now. We thought if it got above 10 points, and that call, unfortunately, created 2 shots and the ball. They're going to get attempt for 2 more free throws after. Very unfortunate.
Martin's second free throw good, just like the first. He's got 14, 70-56 Gators, 8:07 to go. It's Florida's largest lead of the game. Here's Gillespie up top to Queen. Queen dribbling right, working his way down against Chinyelu along the baseline on a foul against Chinyelu. So Ruben Chinyelu picks up his third. It is team foul number 5 against Florida. Maryland will inbound baseline right with exactly 8 minutes on the clock, trailing by 14.
Opposite of the first half, 17 fouls already on Maryland. That's only the 5th, as you said, on Florida. It was more one-sided the other way, first half in favor of the Terps.
Condon back in. Chinyelu will sit. Inbound pass to Reese. Up the boards to Miguel. Pass is deflected. Miguel runs it down near midcourt. Had to save it as he was falling into the backcourt. Gets it over to Gillespie. Dribbling right, stop on the wing. He's double-teamed briefly. Up top it goes to Miguel. Miguel driving left. Gets inside of the basket. And it's erased by Condon. Coming from the weak side. He knocked it away. Pass up the left side to Aberdeen. Fumbled it. Picks it back up. Holds the ball now, jab step on Gillespie, trying to back him in, gets into the paint, turns, puts it up with the left hand, and scores! 16-point Florida lead, 72-56, 7:27 to go.
More bench points for the Gators.
And a timeout taken by Kevin Willard and Maryland with 7 minutes and 24 seconds to go. The top seed Florida is beginning to pull away. Gators 72, Maryland 56. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of both the NCAA and men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every remaining game live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Championships. Well, big minutes here for Maryland. 7:24 to go. The Terps' hole is at 16. Here's Derek Queen driving right down the lane, lays it up, can't finish inside. Condon has the rebound. Queen was looking for a foul, didn't get one. Here's Aberdeen over on the right side. Whips it inside to out. Wide open on the right block to lay it in.
Derek Queen got knocked down, but it was verticality. I thought it was a good no call. He's just got fouled right there, got his mouthpiece knocked out.
74-56 Florida, as Queen will head to the line to shoot a couple of free throws.
But with Derek Queen, when he got knocked down on that bang-bang play where I thought Florida did a good job maintaining verticality. It was a 5-on-4. They got an uncontested layup on the other end.
Queen will go to the free throw line. Well, Derek Queen is having more conversations with officials. This got Queen in a little bit of trouble last week in Seattle.
Yep.
He got into it with Roger Ayers, who frankly showed amazing restraint not to tee him up. Queen's first free throw here is good. And I think Mike Reed there was kind of telling him, like, we called the foul. What else do you want?
Well, he wanted the foul on the previous play, but I thought that was a good no call.
I agree with you.
I thought there was good verticality right there. I think Derek's also a little, he doesn't show the frustration as much as he did last week, but he's not rebounding. He's been jumping, trying to do it, and they're just outworking him on the glass.
Queen makes both free throws, 74-58 Florida, 7:03 to go. Out with it, into the front court, out to Aberdeen, high on the right side.
There's enough time if Maryland could get stops. They have not been able to get stops.
Houck nearly threw that one away. Made a pass on the right. It was deflected by Geronimo and out of bounds. 14 to shoot for the Gators.
Florida averages 85 a game, one of the top in the country, and Maryland has not given up 85 in any game this year. They're headed in that direction right now.
Florida was 74 points with 6:49 to go. They lead 74-58. Richard to inbound, bound to Aberdeen on the right baseline, finds Martin cutting down the left side, pump fake, leans in, puts it off the glass, no, tipped by Condon, no good, and Queen is there for the Maryland rebound. Queen across the timeline with a right-hand dribble, working against Condon. Queen steps back, shoots a three from the wing, that barely got to the rim, and Richard has the Florida rebound. Up the right side to Aberdeen. Queen has been making threes with more frequency, but I'm not sure off the dribble is how Kevin Willard wants him to come.
He's got confidence. He's going to become a better three-point shooter, but he's not quite as good as he thinks he is right now.
Houck handed off to Richard, down to Condon, short corner right, back up top to Richard, 7 to shoot. Richard dribbling left, up top it goes to Houck. Houck puts it on the deck, finds Richard, left wing, rainbows up a three, back to the iron, no good, fight for the rebound inside. Queen with a good rebound, able to block off Condon. Finds Rodney Rice, he'll race up the right side of the floor. Rice, using a screen from Geronimo, dribbles to the free throw line, got caught in the air with nowhere to go, will bounce it out to Queen. Queen driving down the lane, took that big step, floats it up and in.
He's taking it upon himself right now, Ryan. He's going to try, he's getting ultra aggressive, trying to score.
25 for Derek Queen, 74-60 Florida, 5:38 to go. Clayton getting set to check back into the next dead ball for the Gators. Here's Aberdeen getting it poked away from behind by Queen. He gets called for the foul. Derek Queen picks up his third. And Queen getting into it with Mike Reed. He's fortunate. He actually kind of grabbed Aberdeen a moment ago.
He fouled him and they passed on that one, and then he reached behind. I think he actually knocked the ball loose cleanly, but they passed on a foul about a second and a half before that. Walter Clayton's been on the bench for a while, hasn't affected Florida. Now he's very rested. He went out with more than 8 minutes to go. Todd Golden now gets him back in to finish.
8th team foul, so a 1-and-1 for Aberdeen. Steps to the line, eyes the iron, puts it in the air, and that one off the front of the rim, no good. And Queen taps the rebound to himself. So with 5.5 to go, still a 14-point Gator lead, up 74-60. Here's Rice dribbling up to the top of the key, turns the corner, down the lane, floater from 8 feet, left side, that's no good. Rice grabs his own rebound and banks it in off the glass. 10 for Rodney Rice in the contest, 74-62. Maryland within 12, 5:11 to go. Aberdeen with the dribble over on the right side. Walks it out between the circles. Aberdeen will get it to Hout, top of the key. He'll leave it for Condon. Thought about the three, didn't take it. Finds Aberdeen. He'll try the three from the right, and it's good. Denzel Aberdeen with 12 in the ball game, and a timeout taken by Florida with 4:54 to go. The Gators are up 15, 77-62.
How good has Denzel Aberdeen been for the Gators? He has been money, whether it's putting the ball on the floor and going to the rim or shooting the three.
5 of 6 from the floor for Aberdeen. He's got 12 points. The Gators have 6 players in double figures in this game. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience, official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. And PG, I think this is a great example of what makes Florida so dangerous. You know, you see Walter Clayton go off and have these huge nights, and he's capable of that. Tonight, it's been a quiet scoring night for him, but 6 Gators in double figures.
Yeah, and they weathered the storm. Alex Condon was playing so well, and the other guys just picked it up. Not been able to score, but he's got 7 rebounds. You know, other players capable of stepping up. The guards, I'm a little surprised. I didn't expect that. The Florida backcourt is outplaying the Maryland backcourt. I thought that might have been an edge for Maryland. Not true at all.
Terps ball out of the timeout. Here's Gillespie working with Reese out front. Gillespie dribbling left, and he gets bumped and fouled by Aberdeen. That'll be the first foul against Denzel Aberdeen. It'll be the 17th foul against Florida. And so that'll be free throws for Jacoby Gillespie, who has not scored in the second half. He had 15 in the first half, but he has not scored in the second. Nothing for Selton Miguel tonight. 10 for Rodney Rice, 15 for Gillespie, but all in the first half.
Yeah, it hasn't been their offense that's disappointing. Selton Miguel obviously is struggling as Jacoby Gillespie knocks down the first free throw. Their defense hasn't been there. Repeatedly tonight, the Florida backcourt has just gone by their opponent, either creating open threes or getting all the way to the rim. Gillespie makes both.
17 for Gillespie, 4:41 to go, 77-64 Florida. Full court pressure shown now by the Terrapins. Aberdeen over to Clayton on the left side. Clayton will lob it back over to Aberdeen on the right. Takes it into the front court. Inside 4.5 to go for the Florida Gators. The top seed looking to move on to the Elite Eight. Aberdeen with it high left. Up top it goes to Hout between the circles. Dribbles over on the right side. He'll hand it off. Richard takes a deep three and knocked it in. Will Richard with 15. 80-64 Florida. 4:12 to go. That one came from way downtown.
Dribble handoff, and Derek Queen didn't get out to the shooter.
Queen spinning in the paint, draws a foul.
Derek Queen is just putting his head down. If he doesn't shoot the ball, he's just putting it on the floor and attacking the rim.
Foul is going to go against Chinyelu. And Queen will go to the line. Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 17,654 in attendance here at Chase Center in San Francisco tonight.
I think that's 5 fouls on Ruben Chinyelu. The referees and the scores table don't seem to realize that, or is my scoreboard incorrect?
No, you got it. It is his 5th foul, and they are getting it taken care of now before the Queen free throws. I know this is a very sore subject for some, but I think Queen just got away with a travel again on that last move. Condon back in. Chinyelu will have a seat. Ruben Chinyelu will finished his night with 10 points and 8 rebounds. He was definitely a factor in this game.
Well, we talked about, Condon going down. Look at the other guys stepping up. Rubicini was 4 for 8 from the field, made both his free throws, 8 boards, as you said, and 10 points. Really, really good job. Hauk, 7 boards. Guys stepped up for Condon when he was injured.
Queen's first free throw is good. One more coming for the freshman, and that one is good. 27 for Derek Queen, 80-66 Florida, 4:06 to go.
Scoring but not rebounding, still playing well. The young guy, I don't want to get on him, but they needed him to rebound tonight. That hasn't happened.
Aberdeen into the front court, double high screen set up. Aberdeen dribbles left, get it to Hauk, heads over on the right side, look to hand it off to Richard. He's covered up top to Condon instead. Condon, couple of dribbles off the left elbow, bounce it back door to Aberdeen along the left baseline, double team, back up to Condon on the wing. 6 to shoot. Condon dribbling over on the right side, give it up Clayton, open look at a 3, it's on the way, it's off the right side of the rim, no good. Hauk the offensive rebound, out to Aberdeen, now to Richard, driving left down the lane, drop it off down low. Condon takes a dribble, lays it up with the left and scores 2.
Those are the two things we talked about, Rye. Offensive rebounding by Hauk.
Gillespie, deep 3 left wing, in and out. Aberdeen the rebound, 82-66 Florida. Up the right side, Richard didn't take the 3. Instead to Hauk down the right side. Scoops it in off the glass. Thomas Hauk with 12, 84-66. The top seed Maryland, the top seed Florida up by 18. Here's Miguel with a 3 that bangs off the rim, no good. Runs down his own rebound, floater on the left baseline, in and out, no good. Rebound tapped, it's loose. The fight is on, ball still loose on the deck. Picked up by Condon in the backcourt. He's fouled by Gillespie, and that's his 5th. So Jacoby Gillespie fouls out with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go. And the Florida Gators have opened up an 18-point lead. 84-66, Florida on top. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network.
What if your limited inventory had unlimited potential? What if your biggest risk was not taking one? What if you could make every move matter? Bank of America's business solutions can help bring your biggest what-ifs within reach. Find out how our digital tools, cutting-edge insights, and trusted expertise can work for your business. What would you like the power to do? Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again, because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call Grainger.com or just stop by. 2:54 to go. The top seed Florida on top of the 4 seed Maryland, 84-66. It has been a dominant second half for Florida, outscoring Maryland 44-28. Gators shooting 52% in the game, and as we talked about, contributions up and down the lineup.
Yeah, 6 different players in double figures for Florida. Their guards repeatedly have beaten the Maryland guards or wings to the basket. That's resulting in the paint points. It's 36-28 in favor of Florida. They've dominated the glass. Their bigs have just outworked the Maryland bigs, and what everybody thought might happen, they wore them down. You see right now when there's a rebound, Juju Reese and Derek Queen are tired. They can't get off the ground as much as Houck and the fresher players are getting. They've worn them down with their number of bigs. Condon coming back was a little bit of a factor in the second half.
Condon front rims the free throw. Rebounded inside by Maryland. 84-66, 2:48 to go. Jacoby Gillespie fouled out. Will be on the bench for the rest of the game. Deshaun Harris-Smith with it, out between the circles. Looks to his right, trying to get it to Rodney Rice. Finally hooks a pass to him, nearly thrown away. Rice able to run it down right in front of us. Richard bodies him up and fouled him. So Will Richard picks up his third. And that'll be free throws for Rodney Rice with 2:33 to go in the ball game. Be a 1-and-1 on the 19th foul.
Todd Golden had both hands extended, pointed his index finger to his head like you got to be smarter than that. At 40 feet away from the basket and backing up, he fouled Rodney Rice, and they're already in the bonus.
First trip to the line for Rice, 81% free throw shooter. Transfer from Virginia Tech. It's on the way. It is good. And Rice will earn the bonus.
Florida on the verge of getting their 85th point. We said that repeatedly. This is a team that averages, the Florida Gators averages 85.4. That's third best in the entire NCAA. Maryland has yet to give up 85 points in the game.
Second free throw scored by Rice, and he will sit. So Kevin Willard starting to bring some bench players in. Malachi Palmer is in the ball game. Jay Young is in the ball game. Tafara Gapari is in for the first time as well. Jordan Geronimo back in the game for Maryland. 2.5 to go. 84-68. Florida has the lead. Aberdeen into the front court, up top to Houck between the circles. He'll hand it off for Clayton. Clayton lob it back over to Aberdeen. Aberdeen up top to Houck. Shot clock at 15. Houck driving right, gets around Gapari inside on a foul. And Houck is going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. Gapari picks up his first.
No starters on the floor for Maryland right now. Kevin Willard giving some younger guys and some guys that have not had a chance to play here in the round of 16 in the NCAA some experience.
Houck will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Houck is 5 of 6 at the free throw line tonight. First one is on the way, and that one is no good. Download the official NCAA March Madness Live app. You can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game, and if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness Live app today. Second free throw for Houck rattles in, so he's got 13 in the ball game. 85-68 Florida, 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Harris-Smith with the dribble out front, up top to Gapari. High right side, it goes to Young. Up top to Harris-Smith again. He'll bounce it off to Geronimo off the right elbow. Hand it off to Young, dribbling left, lob pass inside. Caught underneath by Geronimo, went to Duncan and got fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot two with 1:57 to go. Foul will go against Houck. He picks up his third. And so Jordan Geronimo at the free throw line. He has shot just 6 all year. He has made 3. Now, a lot of storylines around the coaches in this game, as Geronimo's free throw is on the way, and that one is no good off the rim. For Kevin Willard, of course, a lot of rumors about what might be happening. Is he taking the Villanova job? Is he going to stay at Maryland? We'll find out about that, I'm sure, shortly. Meanwhile, for Todd Golden, the guy that is from Phoenix but played at St. Mary's, coached at San Francisco, coming back to the Bay Area, he's going to be real proud of the way his team played in the second half.
He's got to be exceptionally proud. Their defense, they just shut Maryland down defensively in the second half. Other than Derek Queen, there was really no offense available to Maryland. They put really good pressure on the guards. Jacoby Gillespie could not score in the second half. Something Miguel just had a very, very tough night. And they basically contained Rodney Rice also in the second half.
Geronimo made the second free throw. 90 seconds to go now. Aberdeen will launch a three from the right wing. That's short off the rim. Rebound battered around. Run down by Elijah Martin. New possession for Florida. They can run some more clock. Martin now near midcourt. Will toss it to Aberdeen. Right back to Martin.
More offensive rebounds. They've doubled them up. Florida has doubled them up on the glass. Maryland is a good rebounding team. Florida is a great rebounding team.
Here's Clayton driving right inside to Houck. He's met up top and blocked inside by Gapari. And that'll be a shot clock violation. with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, and now Todd Golden is going to clear his bench. He's going to bring subs into the game. Sam Alexis will check in for the first time. Hamilton is going to return. Klabjar, who played briefly in the first half, will check into the game. Isaiah Brown is in for the first time, and also Bennett Anderson checking in, and Todd Golden with hugs for all of his guys. Well-deserved. They played outstanding.
Aberdeen was super. Right, if we had said before the game, Walter Clayton Jr. is going to get 13 points and Alex Condon is going to get 6, you would not have liked Florida's chances in this game.
Everybody else stepping up, and now we've got an over and back violation as a pass was deflected off of Maryland into the backcourt, so that's a turnover. It'll be Florida ball with 54.7 seconds to go. Gators leading by 16.
Not an easy game to referee, but too many whistles in this game. We had double bonus, 3 of the 4 teams counting both halves. Disappointing, but exceptional defense by Florida. Clearly the better team tonight. Dominated on the glass, took really good care of the ball in the second half.
Klabjar with a deep 2, and the rebound ripped down inside by Bennett Anderson, who goes inside and lays it in, and they love it. Anderson, again, doesn't get to play a whole lot. Only 8 games all year, but an offensive rebound to stick back, and with 30 seconds to go, 87-69 is the score. The Gators on top. Harris Smith drives left, lays it in, and 1. He'll go to the free throw line. Chance for a 3-point play.
And I made the point before, Maryland is a good, above-average rebounding team. They are, for the year, +3. 4th in the Big Ten. Obviously a strong, physical, big rebounding conference. They are getting doubled, 40-20 on the boards.
Free throw bounces out, hand-logged in the rebound. And now with the shot clock off, the Gators can dribble this one out. They bring it across the timeline. Todd Golden says, hold the basketball. The top seed Florida Gators on their way to the Elite Eight. A dominating second half performance for the guys from Gainesville. And the clock will run out. Florida 87, Maryland 71. The Gators are moving on to the Elite Eight. 9th consecutive Sweet 16 win for the Florida program. The second longest streak in history. Only North Carolina from 93 to 2012 won more with 11 straight. Florida led by 2 at halftime tonight, but in the second half, it was all Gators, and they cruise to a 16-point win. They will get the winner of Arkansas, Texas Tech, our second game that is coming up.
They just ratcheted up the defense in the second half. Really put a stranglehold